Alright guys, well welcome to not the stream we had planned. Uh, Katie's super sad. So we had planned on streaming Vampire. Uh, and yeah, there's a bug that took a lot of research. It took us like an hour to find out exactly what it was, but there's a known bug with the Twitch app on Xbox One that doesn't allow you to broadcast game audio. And I mean, it
I found a lot of bugs that people were talking about. Everything from raindrops to crashes to mission glitches that make them unfinishable.
Katie is saying, I don't know if you can hear her, but Katie is basically saying there are quite a bunch of bugs that might be worth waiting for some patches, is potentially what she's saying. Thankfully, we had like it was like a Xbox credit from Christmas or something, so not that big a deal, but it's hopefully we'll be able to stream it in the future. We really would like to get a capture card, and hopefully I hope to be able to switch over to that method of streaming from consoles for sure. But it's all about the budget, and so regardless, what we're doing here tonight, I'm on a mission before Battle of Azeroth drops to see if I can get as many characters to max level as possible. And in the last 4 or 5 months, I've gotten like, I think I'm this character, once I get it to 110, would be my 7th. So we're going to just get as many up as we can. I would say so far of all the ones I've played, Priest is by far the hardest. In fact, I've probably bit off more than I can chew here. Yep, too much. So what I'm trying to do to power level is I'm trying to do invasions, and essentially
the Legion drains our dragon allies of their magic. You must rescue them.
If you can do these, like at low levels, you kind of need help, honestly. Like, it's really hard for me to take care of more than one guy at a time, but if you can get help, it is such a fast way to level. Like, if you do all the invasions, you get like pretty much a full level of XP very quickly. Man, the priests are super I feel like they're pretty weak, personally. They have a ton of AoE, but they're not like super crazy in terms of dealing with multiple. Not in terms of dealing with these invasions, they feel one of the weakest classes I've played. So. One of these guys on their own I ought to be able to deal with. I'm a bush. Yep. I agree. I'd just say just play it.
No, I don't think I want to because the patches are game-breaking wizards. Everything from a major boss fight that has a light glare issue, where if you turn the camera a certain angle, a glare takes over the entire screen for seconds at a time. And people have said it doesn't go away when you die and reset the boss, but every time you die and come back, it lowers your health and your skill level.
Oh gosh.
And supposedly the bosses are a pain as it is, and the loading times are so long that you don't want to die.
Okay, so maybe a wait to play kind of thing. All right. Yeah. Wonder when Halo's... They're supposed to have a summer update. I hope that will happen soon. I would love to play some 4K Halo. I think even 5 if you count ODST. Was there game audio coming through here? Okay, cool. Yeah, anytime there's 2 enemies together, I'm just not strong enough to deal with them right now. One at a time. One at a time is doable, and I'm trying to fill this up here. I can untrack some of these. Don't need them anymore. Getting closer. So if you're not familiar with WoW, it probably looks like a lot of buttons. Essentially, there's pretty much you basically go through kind of a rotation depending on the class. So I'm like starting with 1, like if I hit 1, it's Vampiric Touch, which heals me based on the damage it does, and it does damage over time, which it also puts number 2, Shadow Word Pain, automatically. And then I'm basically using 4 Mind Blast whenever it's on cooldown, and then using 5 whenever 4 is on cooldown. And then from there, it's using this. It's complicated to explain, but I'm basically when Q is up, that does a lot of area of effect damage, and then E finishes people when they get low, and that's mostly what I'm doing. So here 4 is on cooldown, so I'm spamming 5 until that's done. And then I have some healing here at this one. Oh man, strain is ridiculous.
The Legion burrows deep. If they burrow deeper, they may not like what they find.
Wonder. I'm not sure it is who's actually saying that. Oh man, I gotta heal. This fight is ridiculous. I'm just so weak compared to the invasions. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. Man, that was ridiculous. It's unfortunate I'm not really seeing a lot of other players the Horde don't count because Alliance and Horde don't share kill contribution. Alright, perfect. This guy ought to be just right. Oh gosh. Why did he come over and aggro me? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I wasn't planning on that. Oh, but I got it. And I I can't believe that. I actually leveled up right when I was about to die and got 100% health. Alright, so now we're gonna go do these other invasions, which should give us a ton of experience. It'll just take a little bit.
Spiders! Of all the infernal demons the Legion could dispatch into my realm, why did it have to be spiders? It is imperative that you destroy any clutches of eggs you find. This infestation must not spread. Another of the Legion's minions draws near.
Come on, help me.
Eradicate it.
Okay, good. So, I very, very, very much... Oh man, I hope that... No, he ran away! No! Why? Oh man, if this guy doesn't help me, I am super dead. Like, there's zero way that I'm going to solo this guy.
This place is fraught with demon filth. A prime target approaches.
Cool mount. You gonna help? Is that 2 people? That's Hunter and a bodyguard. Oh, sweet. There we go. Some big bosses, Horde and Alliance, can both get credit. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Just need to not stand in any green circles. Like that. Almost got out of the way. That's better. Yeah, this guy's going down. And look at that. That's like 20% of a level. Completely worth doing. Alright, this one requires destroying eggs, which all you have to destroy them, I believe, is just run them over. So as long as I do this, and then just keep an eye out for web to victim. I don't really care about the quests. Okay. Why am I still in combat? And can I really am trying to get this without aggroing any of the spiders for the same reasons as the other ones. They balance these invasions around the idea that you need high level gear to fight more than one at a time, generally speaking. At least when you're leveling up. It's probably I noticed it starting to get trivial around like what was it? Gear level like 9-10 or something. But I've got jack squat on these characters that I'm leveling up, so it's basically just get it done, don't take big fights, don't die. More eggs down here. More eggs, stomp, stomp, stomp. Do I need one more rescue? Nope, nope, don't aggro. There we go. There we go.
Malevolent naga, angry spirits, and insidious demons, but spiders, unbearable.
It's like the Indiana Jones. Snakes! Why did it have to be snakes? Alright, so the next one, we've got 3 more. And basically all we're going to do on the priest is do the invasions and then switch to a different character. Because oh man, I have a lot of work to do if I'm going to hit max level on every class before Battle of Azeroth drops. I don't have to get it done. That's just a crazy goal I have.
Nordunal Wellspring has been taken by the Legion. Eradicate the infestation before all of Azuna is overrun.
Okay, so let's start with the boss. Oh man, but I am so gonna need help with this boss. Alright. Let's help out this person. So basically the strategy when you're really low level doing these is just find somebody else who can help. And in my case, being a priest, like, why not just try and keep him alive? The paladin's doing a lot more damage than I would be doing. Even though I'm playing Shadow Priest, I don't know. Shadow Priest to me feels entirely about setting up for major area of effect combos like the priest AoE is really crazy. It's crazy, but getting there requires some preparation. Okay, so now we have some friends. I think probably the two single changes that completely changed my perspective on World of Warcraft are making it so that allies can share kill contribution, and then making it so the XP, everything is leveled to you. Like what you'd see in Assassin's Creed Origins or something like that. It's so much more enjoyable than it used to be. Alright. I cannot. This guy's not an elite, but you look, he's got 3 million health? And I have 400,000. I'm not going to be able to solo that. This will be my 7th character at max level once it's done. So I've used this technique a few times. Shall we say. Come on, somebody help out. Yeah, there we go. So anything that's grayed out, if you're not familiar with WoW, anything that's grayed out I can't get credit for. But anything with the red bar I can still potentially get credit for. So when they get below 25%, I use this ability, Shadow Word Death, and it's kind of like a really super high damage finisher. Well, it would be super high damage if I wasn't like really under leveled and geared for this stuff. Yeah, these guys are just wrecking them all, and that is amazing for me. It's exactly what I want. There we go.
The people of Azula are in your debt, hero.
Okay. So let me just go to this boss here. Just looking to tag the boss. But again, it's an elite world boss. There ain't no way in the freaking world we're going to be soloing this guy. Where is he?
A potent threat lurks nearby.
It's not.
Seek it out
It's
and
not
destroy
him.
it.
Not him. Oh, hello. All right. Who's he fighting? He's just fighting the demon hunters. Interesting. This Night Elf and I have the same idea, but neither of us want aggro, because we'll get wrecked.
Destroy the Illidari. Take Azuna.
All right, I'm gonna start it off, and hopefully he helps. 'Cause otherwise, this ain't gonna be pretty. Please help me. Oh, he logged off. This is not good. This is really bad, actually. Okay, I can't interrupt that anymore. So when you see the cast bar, there's like this cast bar underneath. If it's gray, you can't interrupt it. And I have my number 3 skill interrupts. That is interruptible. Yeah, that hits like a truck. That was like 30% of my health in one hit. Like, I just have to run and hope somebody else shows up, because like there's no way. And people will show up. I mean, they will eventually, but okay. Interesting. He still kept his health. He didn't reset. That's kind of nice. Okay, so using R, getting myself back up to full. G is a shield, which I'm gonna use before the starts just to give myself a little bit of extra health, essentially. We can interrupt that. Okay. Oh man, why wouldn't he help? Unless maybe he's got the stun already. Alright. So the one skill puts both of the damage over time. When this purple bar gets full, that changes it so I can essentially unleash into this void form, which does a lot more damage. Okay, the cavalry has arrived. Alright, we got this. With help. The key there, though, was running away the first time. That was, there's no way we would have been able to take that. And see, now we're at 75% already, which is so fast. That's ridiculously fast.
Our shores are ablaze with fellfire. Strike quickly before the threat moves inland.
Okay, I can take one of these at a time. Oh, stay alive long enough for me to tag him. There we go. Help me, guys, I'm bringing you another one. Yeah, they're probably... Yeah, they're 110. I'm sure they're very well geared for the damage they're doing. That's about what my main will do. But I'm not on my main.
You will die by my hand.
Let's see. Okay, so there's all of those demons here. Let me make this a little easier to read. And where is... Oh, do we have to kill the Infernals maybe first? Okay, so we can interrupt that. A lot of these, I don't even need these anymore. So we can get rid of those. I think this will make it a lot easier to see like what the objective actually is. Where it's the world quests underneath there. Anybody want to help me kill this guy? I can. It's just much easier, and they get a benefit. Where's this boss? There should be something. Some boss called Hatefire the Burning. Righteous March. Yeah, that should be... I've done the quests for these zones enough that I just do invasions now on alts. I don't... It's by far the fastest way. Now, where is this boss? He should be spawning right here. I think we might have to kill these Infernals for him to spawn. Okay. So again, the general rotation with Shadow Priest. Yep. Yeah, we had to kill them. No! No! Why? Why? No! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Alright, well. more time to talk about it, I guess. We'll just help kill stuff. I know the Horde tagged it, but I'll be nice. It's pretty meaningless anyway. So the general rotation, hit 1, get both of the damage over time effects going. Use 4, then 5 as long as 4 is not available. If there's a spell that's interruptible, you hit 3. And then when Q is blinking and you have damage over time effects on people, excuse me, you hit Q and it does a lot of AoE damage. And then when they get low, you hit E. To heal, it's R and G basically. And that's more or less that's the rotation in a nutshell. At least for leveling. I have no experience in raiding with a priest whatsoever. All of my raiding experience is pretty much entirely on my main, which is a druid. Oh, wow. I am taking a lot of damage. Oh, it reset. Oh, hey, there he is. Whoa. So here, the Q, and then that puts me in the mode, which does a lot more damage. There we go. Super close. So we're gonna hearth back to Dalaran, and then we're gonna switch characters, because that should be it for the invasions, and I have plenty else to do on other characters. Yep. So here's what I've got. This is my main, a 110 druid. All of these other ones were leveled up maybe in the last like 6 months. So Death Knight, Demon Hunter. The Shaman is boosted with the one that came with Battle for Azeroth. I did not feel like leveling a Shaman at all. Squint was a 110 boost that came with, I think, Battle for Draenor or something. Warlords of Draenor, excuse me. And then Daedalus. Wow, that hat looks ridiculous. I have not done anything since he hit max level. And then I have Paladin. Let's do the Monk. Monk is fun. So then from there, the rest of them are all fairly recent projects within maybe the last 4 months. And make it go faster, I feel like just plain damage, so we'll queue up for some dungeons. That'll take a while to spawn, but it's okay. Do I have to beat these guys to be able to talk to them? Yeah. So I have played all of these quests before. So I am treating this kind of like a speed run. To see how fast I can level, as opposed to like spending a ton of time on the story. Let's gather them up. Alright. There's the grain I need. Monk is so much fun. It's that and the Demon Hunter are my, besides for my main, those are my 2 favorite classes, I think, that I've played so far. because they're so mobile. Like they have skills that make them move just ridiculously quickly. Oops. So the basic rotation with a monk, 1 is your default kind of fallback. You build up these points here called chi, and then certain abilities expend the chi. So for example, the rotation primarily is basically like in order of damage. 1 does the least by far. I'm still in combat. Why am I in combat? Makes no sense. 2 does the next highest damage, and then my Q, which is Rising Sun Kick, does typically a lot more damage. So I want to use this whenever it's available.
What can I do for you? See you later.
Let's see.
Need something?
And most of what I use with this character is those 3 abilities. 5 is like an incredibly strong AoE on a long cooldown. So basically the Warcraft equivalent of zombies. Alright.
It is too far away.
Okay. Let's gather them up and I'll show you the 5 ability again. This one, long cooldown. You just get them in front of you if they stand still. It does a lot of AoE.
I cannot use that item yet.
Okay.
It is not ready.
In terms of the context of what's going on, oh man, Warcraft has an incredible backstory. Like, I mean, it's probably, and I'm not saying this lightly, I think it's my second favorite, like, world lore, besides for Lord of the Rings, which is high praise. If you've never played Warcraft 3, it's a really old RTS with now what would be terrible graphics, but RTS being real-time strategy. It's like a top-down, build your base kind of game. But it's a classic for a reason. I may go back and play it at some point. It's that good. Oops, I cut that off a little early. Okay.
I am out of range.
Three more.
I need to get closer. It is too far away.
It's part of what I love about the monk. It's just so mobile. You just keep moving so quickly. Okay. What was this? The book I'm supposed to... yeah. Okay. Have a bunch to turn in.
Hey there.
That would be an improvement, so I'll take
See you
that.
around.
Otherwise I go for what sells the most.
Need something? Safe
Okay.
travels.
is this one. Yeah. Rewire this. Is that the right one? No. Why isn't that the right one? Does it have to be dead first? Once they're down. Okay. Yeah, it does.
I am out of range.
Gather them up. Bunch them down.
It is still recharging.
I know from experience I don't actually have to kill that ghoul.
I cannot use that item yet.
Just need 2 more. This is one of the things that a lot of the quests in Northrend have long cooldown quest items. Well, 5 seconds isn't even that long, but it's just unnecessary. So that sells for more, so take that.
Hello.
That's not actually really an improvement, but we'll just sell it.
Have a good one.
Almost to 61. Deja vu. There we go. Level 61. And come here. That's satisfying. That's fun. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to get it from the unfortunate Captain Jacobs. Dr. Pickle, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it a ton. How are you doing? Alright. Do I have to wait for this to... I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. Just there for authenticity to prove it actually does go to the end. Or does it? I'm good. You? I'm doing great. We're a little bummed tonight. We had actually planned on streaming Vampire, but there's a bug that doesn't let the game audio go through, and we didn't think that was going to be a very good experience for everybody. So we're going to wait until
Can I help you?
the developer gets their act together and gets that fixed. So, other than that, we're good.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you for the bits. My goodness. You are super generous. Thank you for supporting the stream.
How are you? See you later.
Definitely means a lot to Katie and I, for sure. Alright.
Hello. See you later.
Bless you. We'll turn this in, then go over. Oh, no. I just want to turn the quest in.
Hey there. See you around.
With power leveling, I tend to find that there's a potential of it getting boring, so I change it up. But as long as it's not boring to me, like I really do like this first zone in Northrend, which is Borean Tundra. Enough, like the quests are pretty much always fun when I do it, so I go back to this one, which helps because I know where all, generally, as long as I remember everything. I generally am not like Googling stuff, which is helpful. Those are all the same.
For the Alliance.
And that is number 2. I already have those achievements. I actually have Lore Master from back before they changed all the questing in Cataclysm. When it was like, you have to complete hundreds of quests on each continent, but you had no idea which quests you'd done or not. Which was, it's kind of, I can't believe I actually did that, but... Somehow I managed to do that back in college and still like keep good grades and everything, so what can I say? It's definitely worth finishing school in like almost every case.
How are you? See you around.
Even if it's a trade school or something. The only exception I see is if you're really, really good at going into business for yourself. I see some people succeed doing that and they don't need like formal schooling, formal training, but that's pretty rare. I'd say as a general rule, finishing school is a good idea. We're already this way. We'll just head up. Head up to this next one. Yeah, so we're at 29%. Should be around 5 minutes till that queue pops. Oh. Yeah. Sure, I'll take that.
Who is this that speaks? May your
I always take this
rest-
daily just because it's like super easy
I need to be closer.
to do at the same time. Just collecting these baskets.
It is too far away.
Well, I guess we'll save the walruses. What?
I am out of range.
Holy cow. Katie's showing me screenshots from Kingdom Hearts 3. That is stunning. Well, that would maybe explain why they haven't
Too far away.
released that game for what, like 10 years or something? That's ridiculous. 13 years or something for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I need to be closer.
That's like stunning. Oh my gosh. Nice.
I mean, it looks like they just plopped them down in the movie.
It's amazing how far the graphics technology has come.
Look at the Toy Story version.
You're hilarious.
Freaking out a little bit.
It is too far.
Kingdom Hearts is like Katie's favorite series. It's what got her into gaming. So when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I can pretty much guarantee that will be streamed like immediately. And that might be the funniest Katie stream to watch. Because Katie's going to lose her mind.
I will be freaking out.
It's going to be so funny.
I may not be able to stream it because I'm going to want to play it 24/7.
If there's difficulties, just beat it and then stream it on the harder difficulty. Alright, a couple more supplies. Oh my gosh. You're very cute. Okay, we'll turn both of those in.
Let us visit for
You have my attention.
Basically like two-legged walruses. Oh, it's underneath, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. So way back in the day, I was fortunate enough to fish up this sea turtle, which makes leveling in underwater sections so much easier. Hey, there we go. Let's do it. Nice. Sweet.
You got my attention. Watch your back.
Alright, I wanted something pretty low stress, so we're just going DPS this time. Usually DPS is my main role, tank being off role. I technically can heal, but it is super stressful most of the time. That's what we like to see. Top of the damage charts. So mine here, it's ranking. Mine is the bright green one. It's showing essentially 1.5, 1,500 damage per second. Okay. So we let the tank get the aggro first. Let them do the damage first, because if these guys aggro me, I'll take a ton of damage super fast. It's not good for my health. These are balanced around the idea that you have one tank, one healer, 3 damage, DPS. And you always want everything hitting the tank. As a general rule. close to getting aggro. That's what that yellow means, so I just stopped using skills for a second. And there we go. Alright.
I cannot move them right now.
I cannot loot that right now.
I need to be closer.
Alright, so let's look ahead at what does the boss actually do. So cast Shadow Bolts, that doesn't affect me too much. Encases a random player in a block of ice, stunning for 20 seconds. So players can be broken free by attacking and killing the Frost Tomb. That means if another player is encased, I need to switch targets from the boss to the Frost Tomb. And then probably...
I need a target.
Oh, interesting. He summons skeletons, but then they respawn every 20 seconds until he's dead. So maybe you're not supposed to focus the skeletons. So the in a nutshell for this coming fight, just pay attention for when the allies get frost tombed, and then we punch them out. There ought to be plenty of these. We'll let whoever's closest get them first. Because I can see down below, everybody else on the party has some. Should be more than enough for everybody.
It is too far away.
Oh, I wanna, I wanna unlock this.
I am out of range.
Move this, like, here. Usually do that on all my characters. Makes it a lot easier to see at a glance instead of being way over here.
It is too far away.
It's less important when I'm damaged, but I still want to know what's going on. It's a little close. Okay. That's better. So we can ignore all these ads over here. Shouldn't have to fight them.
I am out of range.
Okay. Yeah, those guys give a ton of XP. That's awesome. So we don't want to aggro these guys here, so that's a good pull by the tank. Whoops, that's not my interrupt.
It is too far away.
Okay, that's my interrupt.
I need to be closer. It is too far away.
Okay. So far it's going quite smoothly. Where's that shield coming from? That's annoying.
I need to target something first.
The other thing is that with monks, these green and white orbs drop. Green orbs heal me. White orbs give me more chi, which lets me use more abilities. So.
I am out of range.
Wow, why is that doing so much damage? That's ridiculous. Keep thinking that's my interrupt. On most of my classes, number 3 is an interrupt. But on Monk and Demon Hunter, I use 3 for the movement. And shift 1 for the interrupt. Okay. There's the boss. First of 3. So we're just looking for the frost tombs. And then if he spawns skeletons, AoE, but still focusing damage on him. Okay, so there's the frost tomb.
I am out of range.
Be free!
It is too far away.
There we go. Let's use... So I haven't used either of these abilities yet. One, V does a ton of damage after like an 8-second delay. So it's kind of like a time bomb. And then this one splits me into 3, and then I do a bunch of, essentially a bunch of extra damage. Yeah. That's fine, there should be plenty. Okay. It's really close to accidentally getting aggro there. Let's just stun everything. Oh, I don't want that aggro.
It is too far away.
There we
I
go.
have a target.
What's the next boss do? There's 2. Let's... Okay, so we can interrupt the Shadow Bolt. So it's basically a debuff. It basically, whatever that spell gets cast on reduces their attack, spellcasting, movement speed by 50% and does damage. If we, essentially, if we kill Dalron first, he comes back as a ghost that we can't beat until Scarfald is killed. Oh, they both do. Okay. So either way, we have to, I mean, we just need to kill both of them. I mean, that makes sense. Knockback and a stun. It's nothing too crazy, really. Alright. so we don't slow things down, I'm going to take this. I haven't gotten one of these yet. That way the party can keep moving.
It is locked.
Let me get that. Hopefully it doesn't aggro those guys.
I need to be closer.
Good. Got the interrupt off. Taking a lot of damage. I don't have aggro, so there just must be a lot of AoE or something.
That would be appealing.
I haven't heard that. That's kind of funny. Wouldn't let me. It's basically saying that the loot belongs to another player, and it's never gonna let me take loot from another player. Like that's just not gonna happen. But he's like, if I were able to, that would be stealing. It's hilarious.
I am out of range.
Okay. Up to 79%. We should level up again after finishing this particular dungeon. I do enjoy just playing straight up damage. It's so much less. There's just a lot less to think about.
I need to be closer. I need a target.
Like when you're tanking, you have to think about pulling the right amount of enemies, making sure you have aggro. If you're a healer, you're trying to keep everybody up. It's a lot less stressful playing a DPS, as long as you can just avoid standing and crap. It looks like we're focusing Scargold first.
I am out of range.
Didn't let me interrupt with that skill. Oh, man, there's no reason to do that. There we go. That was not too bad for me. I think for the healer that might have been a bit of a stressful fight. It's possible. Hard to say. Right, I do need these. Everybody else has theirs, and that's it for that. It's so worth doing those dungeon quests. They give a lot of extra XP. Okay, last boss. Multiple phases. Smashes all players in a 10-yard cone in front of him. So that's an important thing as a DPS to know. You really do not want to be in front of him because only the tank should really be taking that damage. Same with cleave. That means I basically don't want to stand next to allies whenever possible, especially next to the tank, because I'll take damage that is meant for just the tank. He interrupts. he gradually enrages, increasing his attack speed. After he's killed, he's resurrected. Same thing. Cone in front of him. Throws an axe that basically wherever this axe is, just watch out for it, I guess. Interrupts. What is this? Oh, interesting. So that's something that will need to be dispelled. Can I dispel curses? No, I can dispel poison and disease, but not curses. So if it's not dispelled, I think it was whenever the healer healed that person, the healer would take damage. So I don't really interact with that much, but just something to be aware of, I guess.
It is too far away. I am out of range.
Okay. All right. Final boss. It's pretty cool because this is actually an outdoor zone as well. An outdoor questing zone, but we're in our own little instance for this guy.
And paint my face with your blood!
That's disgusting. He's like, I'll paint your face with, or paint my face with your blood. It's like, oh, that's not good. Do we have a battle res?
I need to get closer.
I guess not. All right, well.
I need to target something first.
Dead good!
Your pathetic failure will serve as a warning to all. You are damned. Arise and carry out the master's
So now he's undead.
A second chance to carve your skull!
Alright, so we'll use our other large cooldown. That's awesome. We are... Oh no, that's really bad. Our healer's down. I don't think we have the res, so it's basically just... We gotta kill this thing yesterday. Oh man. Oh man. Quick, 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 quick. No! No! Finish him! Finish him! Yes! Oh my gosh, that was way too close. Oh, and nobody can... Neither of these guys can res. They're like two of the classes that cannot res, so... I guess we'll run back. Yeah. I mean, you can self-release, but you can't... certain classes can't, like, resurrect other players. So that they balance WoW around giving different classes different special abilities so that they feel unique. I'm completely fine with it. There's nothing about that that bothers me. Alright, so now, unfortunately, though, we have to run back to get the loot, so... It was actually pretty unfortunate that nobody could resurrect. Did you see earlier Dr. Pickle with the bits? That is super, super generous.
I'm so bummed about Vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, like, having a game that your game audio doesn't work with streaming really is to... It's to Vampire's detriment, because it's like a whole console that people who would have streamed and given them free marketing, basically.
Well,
They're just not
it's
going to get it.
just streaming. They've got a ton of bugs they gotta work through.
Yeah. The reviews have seemed to be good enough where the bugs must not, at least reviewers must not have encountered that many like game-breaking bugs, because I didn't see it in the reviews. Interesting. Maybe that's the issue then. Maybe they played it not on Xbox, they played it on a different console.
Well, the reviews for the game itself are all amazing. Everybody who was able to make it through the game said that it's an incredible game with a great narrative. Combat somewhere between great and can get stale. It's the ones who can't make it through because of game breaking glitches that are having trouble.
I see. Okay. Did the trash respawn? No, we didn't. Okay, we're good. This is ridiculous. I can't remember the last time this happened. It's such a fluky thing. Everybody dies at the boss, but you barely finish it. So the loot's still there. But then the only people alive can't resurrect. They can't res anybody in the party, so that's hilarious. We're almost there. There's our loot. So close. Oh, weird. It's not showing as lootable. Did I run all this way for no reason? Maybe I did. Well, alright. Oh well. Alright, that was still a good run though. So we'll queue up again. And continue the questing.
Dude, Decay's got a massive update.
Oh, nice. Helgar the Horrible.
Closer.
Alliteration for the win. Proof that I was paying attention in all the poetry English classes. Well, touche. I definitely don't miss those poetry. Whenever, oh man, that was actually one of my least favorite things about English classes. Alright. So here's the next mission we have. Yeah, we're already up halfway to the next level. Grab the Flight Master. It doesn't really matter. I'm not sure why I'm grabbing it, but force of habit. Occasionally it's helpful to have those. So the other thing with monks that's really handy, you get every day you do a daily quest as a monk that gives you 50% bonus XP from quests and monsters, which is super nice. I already am running with like full heirlooms except for rings, so I'm getting 45% bonus XP. Then I'm getting 50% bonus XP from the monk daily. It's how we're leveling up so fast. I think we can gather one more up without them leashing. And punch, 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 punch. There we go. Need 3 more. Let's see if we can gather them up. There we go. I don't use that ability much. It's pretty bad except for just getting people's attention. Okay. Loot, and off we go. Okay, there's nothing other than turning it in.
What can I do for you? Have a good one.
When Battle for Azeroth comes out, I'm sure I will actually pay attention to story. Like I do, I pay close attention to story the first time I go through content, and then after that I try and speedrun it.
Get on with it. Another time. Suffer.
Alright. This one's down in the bottom of this lake. Oh man, getting this mount was hard fought. Oh my gosh. I took a long break from WoW. Like, I didn't play it for like I think it was like 5 years. And during that time, the whole Warlords of Draenor expansion, didn't play at all. Then I went back later after I beat through all the Legion content and went, I want to have Draenor flying for leveling alts. And so I did it. And that was a bit of a grind. That was a little ridiculous, but we got it done. Alright, and now we take out 20 of the Scourge. If you're not familiar with Warcraft, essentially the story in a nutshell kind of boils down, well, it's hard to boil the story down, but the big bad evil of Warcraft is the Burning Legion. It's essentially like demons in space is the closest way to explain it quickly. And they invade different worlds and destroy them, and so this expansion that we're in right now takes place a while ago, but it's essentially the Burning Legion creates the Lich King, who can create a bunch of undead zombies called the Scourge, and that's what we're fighting. That's like super boiled down because that kind of ignores some critical characters, but basically stopping zombies from invading the world of Azeroth. So but the story is really incredible. Back in college, I used to read some of the novels and stuff, and they're really good, actually. But I haven't for a very long time.
I am out of range.
Oh, no.
I need to be closer.
Okay. Let's gather up more. Should drop an orb. Yeah, they almost always drop health orbs, so I was getting a little low there. Come here, guys. This guy's seen better days. Come here. There we go. And one more. There we go. It'll be a little while, most likely, before that pops again. That will be an improvement. Oh, I actually kind of need to sell stuff. Thankfully, I have the mount that I can do that. Oh, I actually don't want to sell those. Go ahead and repair. Where's this going? Oh, this is the one. It's near the top of each of the towers inside of here. Can't remember. I think it's in here.
It is too far away.
Yeah. Oh. There's zero reason to use my V skill, but doesn't matter. Cooldown will be up whenever I need it. At least it should be. It's less of a big deal. You want to save them for bosses. Just makes things go a little faster.
I am out of range.
This one might be up higher. I think I remember getting a little turned around here. Yeah, here we go.
I need to get closer.
These guys are pushovers. And there's the last one.
I am out of range.
Okay, so we gotta turn that in. It's pretty cool. I think I've got around a third of all the achievements. Primarily, a lot of these were done way back in the day, like 5-6 years ago.
What? Tomorrow is
Okay. And then we fly back. Now normally you'd have to find this orb and then teleport up, but I have a flying mount. I have many flying mounts. So I can get up there no problem. I think... Nope, it's not this one down here. It's one higher. We'll clear these guys out first. Whoa. So my 4 ability is an AoE stun. Which is helpful. And here we go. There's my panda.
My liege, the infiltration and control of the Alliance power structure by our cultists is well underway. The power you've bestowed upon me has granted me great mental influence over human minds. I bear these offerings as proof of my progress.
Fantastic.
Larissa! What have you done to my sister? You motherless elf scum!
Hey, Lich King.
Now this is a surprise, Thessarian. I hadn't heard from Mograine or the other Dead Knights for months. You've come to rejoin the Scourge, I take it.
I was seriously you would pay for what you did to your own men, Arthas. For what you did to me! I swear it!
Allow me to take care of the intruders, Lord. I will feed their
That's not
influence
very
to
nice.
Do not fail me, Sanlane. Return to Ice Crown with this fool's head, or do not bother to return.
Alright, now I'll actually fight
I
him.
need to look closer.
And might as well use both of our, essentially both of our ultimate abilities. What would be the equivalent if they were called that? Yeah.
What happened to me?
You need something.
Stop spinning.
There we go.
We are done here.
That mission is done. We don't have to wait for that. So back to the west. How long are you gonna be up? Okay. Just a nice leisurely flight on a two-headed dragon. Well, it does have a really gross tail. It's like those earwig bugs.
Greetings.
These guys are a little crazy.
Hail.
Alright, now we have lots of missions. Right, so we're looking for these... poor calf. And it's free. Dude, this is what I mean when I said earlier, like, quest items with long cooldowns. There's like zero reason for that.
It is still recharging. It is not ready yet.
3 more.
It is still recharging.
It's like a super loud sound effect. Oh my goodness.
I cannot use that item yet.
And there we go.
Not ready yet.
All right, so these are all close together. Some of these quests in Northrend, like I remember playing back through this the first time, like it was such a cut above the questing content that came before. But man, now compared to what's out in Draenor and Legion, it like feels really. They've just made a lot of improvements.
I am out of range.
They really have. Lunchbox. Hilarious.
I need to target something.
Alright, we might as well use this. Go full chin. Alright, just need to fight them and the divers and then trap. So we'll get the ears just by fighting. It's just that's such a weird quest. Oh, sweet. Awesome.
I do not have a target.
Dungeon is ready. Alright. Same deal as before, we're just going DPS. Keeping it pretty simple. 24 minutes left on this timer. I hope we finish the mission, the instance by then. Because I think that buff applies to the bonuses you get from finishing dungeons. And if it does, that's a huge bonus. It's like probably in the neighborhood of like probably the difference of about 50,000 experience.
I cannot attack that target.
Potentially. Alright, so boss is here. So you have to kill the individual watchers. It's a curse that can be dispelled. Look at the skills for the individual watchers here in a second. I used to, back when this was the expansion I played the most of, but it's also been like, it's been what, like 8 years or something? 6, 8 years since this content was new. I mean, it's just like, I don't remember all the little details that I did back in the day. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hello. Our tank needs to grab those things. Like, our warlock is getting shredded. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna probably... We might... Yeah, we're gonna probably wipe here because of that, so now we just try and finish whatever we can. They might run back in time. We might be okay.
I am out of range.
Thing is, what is this? Probably a blood DK. They have a ton of self-sustain. No. Okay. Oh my goodness. I can't do anything for 5 more seconds. Alright, we should have stabilized now. That was unfortunate. That's not, by the way, that's not at all our healer's fault. Not even a little bit. I'm actually pretty surprised the healer kept everybody up as long as he or she did. Oh wow. You can try and help with some of the dispels, but it's probably better just to DPS. So when you see an icon, the way I have it set up, when there's an icon down the bottom left here, that only shows up, I'm pretty sure, if I can dispel it, which is essentially I can remove poison and disease with this class. And a lot of classes in the game have the ability to remove different things like poison, disease, curse, etc. But I don't think there's any class that can remove all of them. So you kind of want to keep an eye on if you can help out the team by just dispelling the stuff that you can get rid of. Right, I have good AoE if it wasn't on cooldown. You're amazing, but healer is easiest to blame. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, healer. Playing the healer is a bit like the music equivalent is like being the sound guy. Like if it sounds terrible, everybody blames you, but if it sounds great, nobody appreciates the sound guy. That's what it's like being the healer. That's really funny. Yeah, I feel bad for the healer actually in that situation. That was there's a certain point where you just can't heal through that if the aggro's not where it should be. Okay. 99%. This is a cool, if not creepy. This is such a cool dungeon. Like the idea that you're walking on webs and stuff. Just hopefully you don't have spider phobia. Arachnophobia would be the technical term for that, I suppose. Playing Overwatch as well. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh man. I have issues playing Overwatch right now. I don't get frustrated at other people. I just right now don't find the game as fun as other games. So I haven't played this since Burning Crusade. I think I started this for the first time in late Burning Crusade, but I kind of played it for a few months, went meh, came back, and then got hooked, played it for a couple years, pretty much straight during college. And then I took a long break. Like I was my main was everybody's miserable on it. That's how I feel about Overwatch competitive. What is happening right now? I can't remember this fight. Is that supposed to be happening? Okay, we're not. Okay, that must be what's supposed to happen, I guess. Or not. Maybe we're gonna wipe here. What in the world is... What? Okay, we're gonna be dying and running back. I guarantee it. Everything's out to kill me. I don't remember this fight well enough. I mean, we beat it, but I just don't remember how that mechanic works, whatever that was. All right, now I can look at chat. Someone Leroy Jenkins, I don't know. I really don't know exactly what happened there. Like, I thought we were fine, but okay, is there some mechanic of what's it? Oh, what is it? So I seem to remember something about this. Oh, so the Warlock is like, I wish I had a DPS meter for that fight. Yeah, he was trouncing everybody. That was like, my DPS was actually garbage that fight because I could not figure out what was going on. Yeah, next was 3K. He absolutely destroyed that fight. Jenkins, yeah, I have no idea what happened. What class are you? I'm playing Monk right now. I so badly want to power level every class up to max, and I've been working on it for like the last probably 5 months, something like that, 4 or 5 months. And I have 6 at 110. I have a priest at 103, and then what is it? Monk, warrior, warlock, hunter, and there's one other one I'm forgetting that are at various levels between like 28 and 66. Like, I'm on a mission. I want to get this. I want to get this done. I was Rogue. Wait, Rogue is the best PvP class. Like that's the class. Oh, what's a good example? Like, when you play PvP in WoW, at least in my experience, it feels like what you want to do is like play whatever class is going to be the most annoying and have the most like stuns and like burst damage. And Rogue, anytime I've played WoW PvP, Rogue has always been in that spot. It just feels like, yeah. I tend to dabble with PvP, but I would say it just depends. I'm not necessarily like a competitive person. Like, I don't really have a drive to be the best, really. Like, I have a drive to just play well. And so I get that's what, like, when I play PvP games, I want it to be a fair fight. And if it's a fair fight, even if we lose, okay, that's fine. If we're getting just blown out all the time, that's, in any game, that's not fun. Just period. That's just not fun. Are you kidding me? 90-second frozen sunrise. Oh my gosh, that's like, that is ludicrous, dude. Oh my gosh. That type of mechanic, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad that's not, I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, that's not in the game anymore. Oh my gosh. Isn't it crazy how, like, with classes we've played a lot in the past, we know, like, the rotations super well. Like, there's only probably one class that I played in, like, raids and stuff. And that was Feral Druid DPS. But when I was raiding, I would almost always, once I was geared up, be in the, a 25-man, be in the top, top 3. Because I, at least with the groups I ran with, it seemed to work pretty well. But with the caveat of we weren't running, I don't think we were running like Heroic Ice Crown or anything like that. I was just happy to finish Ice Crown once before the expansion ended. Alright. Sweet. That is disgusting. Like, oh my gosh, I would, if I was a warrior, I would probably be pretty tilted. That's like, oh my gosh. He still won, really. That's crazy. Oh, there's the quest turn-in. Nice, all the way 50%. 55. That's better. Okay. That's hilarious. I mean, it does take skill to pull off combos like that. I mean, I shouldn't diminish that, but that doesn't make it any less annoying. And like completely unfun to play against. I would say that the PvP I played in Legion, I really enjoyed. I actually thought it was the best WoW PvP I've played yet. Which is saying a lot, because I traditionally haven't, like... I didn't enjoy playing PvP back when I played in Wrath, because there's a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah... Yeah. Alright, let's see. We'll just get all these we can. Here, diver. Group them all up. This is a really big pull. This might be a little bit too big. Oh, we're fine. Just need the resets of the health orbs from each person. But yeah, not a problem. There we go. So now what do we need? Trap the trappers. Oh my gosh. That, like... See, the thing for me, like, that's the kind of thing that would just make me just want to wait until max level to PvP.
I am out of range.
I mean, what do you do? That's exactly right. Like, that's exactly right. Oh man, I just remember playing like, so when I'd play a feral druid, at least back when I was like leveling characters in Wrath, you know, early Wrath and late BC or whatever. Like, playing low-level PvP as Feral Druid felt like playing Budget Rogue, where you're not quite a normal DPS and you're not quite a rogue, so you can't do all the cool things they can do, but it was almost like you're like 3 classes in one, but not really good at anything either. So, like, oh man. I felt like PvP got much better once I got to max level. But I also haven't done. I focus more on PvE and raiding than on PvP. Another question: Why is there's just no reason for this cooldown to be this long?
I cannot use that item yet.
Absolutely no reason. Yeah, it's actually it's crazy. If you what is it? Yeah, if you buy Battle for Azeroth, you get a free 110 boost. It's
It is still recharging.
and you might even get. I have to check. Don't quote me on this, but I know that I got a 110 boost from something. So there might be a 110, no, a 100 boost, not 110. Sorry. So in summary, somehow I got a 110 boost and a 100 boost. So, alright, so once this buff runs out in 5 minutes, I'll switch to characters. And because I only want to, as much as possible, I want to be leveling characters when I have rest XP or that bonus from the monk.
Need to be closer. I am out of range.
I mean, the thing with WoW, I at least right now, I could be wrong. Like any time you're streaming PvP, especially if you're good at it, that is by far, I think, the best way to get viewers, from what I can tell. So I mean, if you're good at WoW PvP, I'd say why the heck not? You know. Katie and I have tended to find that
I need to get closer.
yeah, what did I level up? I think I leveled up an assassination. My rogue was assassination. I'm not familiar with the other rogue stuff. It's probably, of all the classes, I don't know the rogue like super well. I know it well enough to level it up to max, but oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely true, like compared to when I played in Wrath, for example, the game is completely different. However, it's completely different in a very like night and day better way. Like there's so many things about WoW now that have just been. Oh, what? Wait, why? Why? Oh. Oh man, I totally forgot about this. So with this particular quest line, if you kill an animal and you come up to these guys, they will kill you. That's unfortunate. Because I actually need to get over there really quick if I'm going to get the bonus from turning these in. That's hilarious. RIP. Yep. I totally forgot about that, and I've done the quest line probably. Oh man, it's probably been like 6 times now. Pretty sure I've done the no, not that many. It would be 4. Because there's 2 classes that I've used the free boosts on. Hilarious. I'll still get the bonus, at least. Good. The buff is gone. That would suck if I got back to here and the buff was still on and I spawned and they're like, you're dead. You can use, yeah, I know. I don't know why I can, but apparently I can use that cooldown. The Chi Torpedo. Alright. Let's turn in everything we got. Get the bonus.
Traveler, may the eternal sun shine.
Oh yeah. Tons of XP. Yeah. I will say I would love so much if they increased the XP gains from level 60 to level 80, because everything else is super fast. But 60 to 80 is way slower than all the rest. So here's what I have. All right, so we played the monk. Which one should I play next? The paladin, warlock, hunter, or warrior? If you don't care, I'll pick, but just giving you the option if you want it. And I'm gonna pick. All right, we'll go with the paladin. I think I have a bunch of rest XP to use on this guy. All right, that quest is actually, for some reason, this is like one of the only quests where like you have to buy an item off the auction house, and it's, from what everything last time I looked at it, it was like stupid expensive. It's just not worth it. So, there's a trick now people use where once you hit level like 72, 73, then you go into Karazhan and basically kill trash mobs, reset the instance, and do it over and over again. And because of, as long as you're not playing like a mage or a priest, it gives you way faster XP than it would if you just keep questing. So once I get this guy to like 72, I'll probably go give that a try. Okay. Oh. Oh, how convenient. That doesn't actually do anything. I remember when 60 was max level. Yeah, that's before my time, for sure. Well, I'm trying to remember. Like, I thought. So correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was the 60. Wasn't it 60 when WoW first came out? Then 70 for Burning Crusade. Then 80 for Wrath. 85 for Cataclysm. 90 for Pandaria. And then 100 for Draenor. 110 for Legion, I think is how it was.
Can I help you? You have a great day now.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
He's not ready yet.
15-second cooldown. Why?
That item is still recharging.
Have you seen this too? So they added like these secondary, what are they called? The allied races is what they are. They're like modified sort of versions. So this is like a Draenei, but it's a light forged Draenei. And they start at level 20. And they have special armor sets that you unlock as they level up, which I'm not really using right now because I'm just powering through it, but the biggest difference probably from when you played is the addition of heirlooms. Like without heirlooms, which give like 10%, 10%, 5%, 10%, 10% XP. Without those heirlooms, it goes super slow. But if you're running full sets of heirlooms, which you can buy with gold, then it goes noticeably faster. Like it's actually oh man, I can't. It's too slow for me, the leveling without heirlooms anymore. I wish I could give the monk daily bonus XP to everybody, actually, when I level them up, because that would just be amazing.
Hey! Alrighty then.
Now we need Mammoth. Of all the classes I've played so far, Paladins have been like broken easy. Like I think Paladins have been. I think Mage and Priest have been the hardest so far, and Paladins are just hilarious. Like it's. Like if I play, when I was leveling up my mage, if I pulled one enemy too many, so like I could handle 2 and I pull 3, I would have to play it like perfectly, or I was just screwed. Priest was even worse. With this, I literally can pull like. I mean, you've seen me already with the monk. The monk's the same way. Both of these classes can pull like 6, 7 enemies and just power through it. It's super, super nice. The monk can probably take more at a time than the paladin because the monk kind of gets the resets when health orbs drop off of dead enemies. The paladin has to actually manually heal through it, but so here we'll make a huge pull here. Give this a try. See, that ability is fun. Alright, turn this in.
Need assistance? Be seeing you.
I think after this I'm probably going to go to Grizzly Hills with this character. You laying down? Okay. Alright, I'm probably Katie is heading to bed. I'm actually going to end the stream for the night, I think. And this has been super fun. And if you want to see more WoW, let me know. And hopefully we'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll figure out exactly what. I mean, if we can get Vampire working, we'd love to stream that. I'll probably be streaming Horizon Zero Dawn at some point tomorrow as well. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Hope you know how loved you are and how much we enjoy hanging out with you. So have a good one.